My name is Will Smith, the Dancing Lumberjack, and in this video I'm going to talk about something that I talked about in my other video about starting your own business. It is getting rid of all that wood. It's one of your biggest continual expenses is when the tree comes down, what do you do with it all? Now, some clients, you're really lucky, they want to keep it. That's great, but most people don't want the brush, and that's the hardest stuff to get rid of. So in my other video, I talked about my Ford F-350 from 1976. Very cheap truck to get and does the job. However, it doesn't have a dump bed. And a lot of the cheaper trucks don't have dump beds. Trailers, the cheaper ones, don't have dump beds. If they do, they're going to cost you an arm and a leg. Now, I know, we all want that chip boom truck. That reaches 75 feet. That's the sweet life. However, for most of us, we can't start off with that. We have to build up to that. Even a basic chip truck sometimes is out of the financial reach of most when they first start. So, I'm going to show you guys an easy and effective way to make your non-dumping truck or trailer dump for you.
Setup here. You can see I have one line girth hitched.
I take another piece of rope and I tie it around either a big stump, another tree at the dump, or if you've made friends with people at the dump, they'll usually let you tie onto one of the big excavators or a big piece of equipment, just something that won't move when you're pulling away from it. Basic premise is as you pull away from the object, the girth hitch will squeeze in on your load, making it smaller than the bed that it's on and pull it right off. Now this takes a couple minutes to set up, but once you get the hang of it, this is a cheap and effective way to get stuff off your truck bed without having to have a dump. I'm still working with this idea and trying to find new and easier ways to do this. One thing I learned is do not use 3-strand rigging rope. It just binds up too easily and everything. Get a bag of rope from TreeStuff and just use all the rope that's in there. That's what I've been doing. That's what you see this pink rope is. It's a one I got from one of those mystery bags. Once you pull the load off your truck, there's going to be a lot of tension on that line. This is why I have two lines, one attached from the object that's not moving and one attached to the load. Because then I tie a third line to my load, the line that's there, and I take my truck and I pull that line, just moving the load closer to the object that's keeping it there. That will put slack in the line, and once you have slack in the line, then you're able to undo all of it. Now that you have taken the line and you've introduced slack into it by bringing the load a little bit closer, you're able to unhook everything. However, your rope around your load is going to be hard to pull out by yourself. So what I do is I basically ungirth hitch it and then do a cow's hitch to my truck and pull the rope out from it. That's easier than sitting there trying to pull that rope out by hand. I know some of you out there are saying, like, well, why rope? Rope's going to wear out soon. Well, it's pretty crazy how strong this climbing rope is, and it's just rope scraps. And I've been using it for almost 2 years to do this with the dump. Now, after you dump, you have to set everything up again. So what you do is you just lay your line down 2/3 of the way into your truck, and then you put down a couple really big pieces of wood. That way, when the girth hitch works, it's squeezing all of that wood, and it basically acts as a skid and just pulls it right out. So if you're just starting your tree business, this is a cheap and effective way to be able to get rid of all that wood without having to buy a dump truck or a dump trailer.